Merlin, Magic and more. This is the first video of 2024 and we're going to kick things off at Thorpe Park with an exclusive VIP tour of behind the scenes of what's been going on over the winter period. We're going to be looking at the Project Sparkle as well as obviously Hyperia, and hopefully we're going to get to go into the construction site and bring you all the updates that have happened over the close season. We're also going to be checking out the new food offering as well. We'll be bringing you the new Easy Boulevard area as well as any updates that have happened around the park, so keep on watching.
My name is Russ Gaines. I'm the commercial director here at Thorpe Park. I first started here in 1999 as a retail host on a 12-month contract. I have been away and come back a few times since then. We have a lot of boomerangs, as we call them in Merlin, but I did, overall I've done quite a bit of time. I've done a total of, 11 or 12 years here at Thorpe, 10 years at Legoland Windsor, and a few other bits and pieces as well. I will be your guide and host today. I will be ably assisted by my team. We will have Sam, Olivia, Ollie and Keir. They will be around as well. Please step in and ask any questions that you may have. I'm just going to go through a few very, very important safety bits and pieces which I really need you to just keep an ear out for today. Most important thing for today is I just want to keep everybody nice and safe. It is an awful lot still happening out there, as you will see. One of your questions will be we ready in time? We haven't missed an opening day yet, but as you've seen, hopefully from some of the social media and bits and pieces like that, this has been one of our most ambitious winters we've ever had at the park, and I can't wait to show you all about it. So I've made a few notes through the day, so if you see me just flicking through my phone, I'm not on Twitter, please bear with me, I just want to make sure I capture everything to tell you today. How's it gone here? We did have a bit of an injured swan that was walking around on the bridge this morning, but I think he's now gone. So if you see a dazed swan, just watch out for that. Please stay in the one big group as we go through. Like I say, there's lots of stuff happening on park. I want to keep you all safe, so please don't venture off into any ride areas or beyond any fences or anything like that. Really important that we all stay together as a group. Your high vis that you have all been given, please keep that on for the duration of the tour. That is also your gift for you to take away today, so that is yours to keep as a little memento of the day. Sparkle includes paint, as you'll see, so please watch out just in case anything is still a little bit wet here and there, so just watch out for that. We haven't had any mishaps this morning. There might be the odd railing and bits and pieces like that and fence. Please be mindful of that. On that. Most of the rides are running today for training purposes. They haven't got anybody on. We won't be getting on any rides today, I'm afraid. Sorry about that, but that's part of the behind the scenes tour. But you will see them all running, coasters running around and things like that, so just be watchful, mindful of that, and again, ever more important that we really look out for those ride areas. It may be a little bit muddy out there. It is a bit muddy out there. We've had a little sprinkling of rain. It's held off a little bit so far. But hopefully I can see everybody's in very sensible footwear for all that, so that is all good. Photography. Absolutely no photography. No, I'm joking. You can take as many photos as you want today. We really want you to enjoy the tour. This is an exclusive that we want to share with you guys, all the hard work that we've done. There will be 2 occasions where I will ask you not to take photos because we are going to give you guys some exclusives today, which isn't out in the public yet. So I will make that very clear at those 2 occasions where I'll ask you not to take any photos.
They opened up the shop for us exclusively to have a look at some of the new merch. Got it. Yeah. So we've got some new pin badges that everyone has sworn to. Rush, Tidal Wave, a new Colossus, the new Thorpe Park logo. This is my favourite, the 2024 Thorpe Park with Hyperia on, and the flying fish.
Short staff pass, so dangerous. Yeah, let's do that whole range. Yeah. That would be a sail one. The bugs are, this is, yeah, same as the design for the spinal now, for the food. I probably pushed the wrong button to go backwards or something, didn't you?
So the shop is not complete, but the merch on offer looks pretty good. But yeah, there's no price tags or anything. So we are trying the new Easy Boulevard wraps for this year, which is essentially a gyro with chips loaded inside. I went for a bit of everything. Chicken tikka, the Mediterranean chicken, we had lamb doner meat, and they also had the falafel, and there was another thing. Oh, the pulled pork. And I'm going to have to rate this probably
It's really good.
a good 10 out of 10, I'd say. Or you can have your chips separately. And we're just... So the first part of our tour, we had the tasting menu basically for the new Easy Boulevard area, and it was kind of like the gyros kebabs, and actually they were pretty good. I think they're going to be about £10 and very filling, so yeah, 100% recommend those when they come out, when this park opens. The rides are running today as well, but unfortunately we will not get any rides, but I will get you some footage. So as you can see, Hyperia is dwarfing Soar the ride, and I cannot wait to get an up close. This is the first time actually seeing it with my own eyes, and I can honestly say it looks like it's going to be my new favourite roller coaster in the UK. So my first impressions of Hyperia are like insane. This ride is the new UK tallest and fastest roller coaster, and it is now complete. And now seeing it with my own eyes, complete, is just like, I just cannot wait to get on there. The last time I saw it, there was a bit of construction during the open season last year, but now let me pan you around and zoom you in, and oh my days, I cannot wait. Look at that drop. So the coffee shack is being restored, renovated, whatever, refurbed, and it looks like it's actually going to become bigger. It's still a work in progress, but they assure us it will be ready on time. So we are starting our tour over at Shark Cabin Hotel, where apparently there's going to be an exclusive. We have just had our first exclusive of the new Hyperia rooms here at the Shark Cabins, and to be honest, I think I'm rather impressed. It's the first time I've ever actually been in one of the cabins before, so I've not actually seen one before, but they've got gold doors. There's 3 of them. The beds look extremely comfortable. They're Sealy mattresses. The logo kind of thing they've got on the wall. We weren't allowed to take any photos, unfortunately, because they haven't actually released it yet. But the kind of logo that they've got on the wall is actually pretty cool. I want to stay in one now. And what they're going to do, because normally if you stay in a themed room, you get the fast track for that day. But because of Hyperia being in the new roller coaster, what they're going to do instead is they will give you a one-shot go on Hyperia, and then you can choose which roller coaster you can have an unlimited fast track on for that day. So you will not get unlimited fast track on Hyperia if you stay in the room. You'll get a one-shot. Because what they want to do is try and make it fair and get as many people on the new coaster rather than having the same people go on and on and on and on, which I think is actually, a pretty good idea. So yeah, thumbs up so far.
Swarm hasn't had an awful lot on the island, so it's going to look fairly similar to how it's been in previous years. We have done some tinkering with the maintenance of all these special effects, though, so we're expecting to see a lot more of those special effects working for us in terms of like the rotor blades. There is a fire effect over there as well. That has been is currently away at a manufacturer to get refurbished, so we are hoping that will be up and running ready not too long after park opening as well. You'll hear me talk quite a bit about toilets today. That's something that happened on this morning's tour, which I wasn't quite expecting. I'll talk about toilets quite a bit today. We've refurbished pretty much almost every toilet block on the park this year. There she goes. The Swarm toilets have had the lightest touch of sparkle, but we have got rid of that weird round circular sink pedal thing. I know it was fun to watch people not able to use it, but this is progress, so this is where we are going. So, and if anybody is interested and wants to have a quick look at what that is, you're very welcome now. But we wanted to do a full park tour. We wanted to include this bit, not too much here, but very shortly when we go around, that's when we start going to see a lot more of the differences that we've been putting in the park this winter.
So we've just been over to Swarm Island because they want to take us around the entire park. Swarm Island has had the least amount of sparkle project, according to Ross, but I'll pop the video in so you can have a look. The things that have changed are the toilets, and we were allowed to go and have a look, but I just thought that was a little bit weird, and I don't think you'd really want to see that. So, and it's raining, so now we're heading over to the middle of the park. This is the new bridge.
As Amity Cove in the year 2000, as our tidal wave has just been hit the town and destruction has then occurred. We have no doubt been keeping an eye on social media over the winter. We've totally removed, replaced and refurbished the bridge walkway for this winter. 24 years of being pummeled with water will take its toll on it, and we want to keep everything nice and safe for you girls. So it needed a full refurb. We decided to put it back to Pier 30, which is what it was when it first opened in the year 2000. So the splash effect down the bottom, that's going to get painted over as well. So no brand sponsorship, it's going to be going back to its roots exactly as it was when we opened it. We've also totally refurbished and replaced, I should say, the roof of the ride building. So that is 100% new on top of the ride building. That's for the same reason as the roof of the bridge. Again, we've done some reconfiguration in the ride station as well for tidal wave. So we've put a couple of more switchbacks in there and some changes to the matching. So that will hopefully help efficiency with matching for the ride, and again getting riders on nice and quick and safe. Those of you who are familiar with YouTube and social media will know that March time 2021, I did a little video with a gentleman called Jack Silkstone, very friendly chap, and I had the misfortune to share with him that we are planning a flame effect in the tidal wave lagoon, a moment in time which has haunted me ever since that day. So let's face my fears and then get it out of the way. Because I asked the question specifically for this tour. We still don't know. Turns out that fire, water and rides is actually quite a tricky thing to get right and keep safe. What I can say is it is 100% still a thing, and we are desperate to get it up and running. There is all sorts of different safety bits and pieces that we haven't just been able to nail yet. And I assure you, I wasn't too early well, I was probably a bit early. We were a couple of weeks away from opening it when I said it at the beginning of 21. Then something came through and we weren't able to do it. So lots of boring stuff. We are still planning it. No, I don't know when. I will be there personally pressing the button on the first one when it's there. And I will show you all about it, trust me, because I can't wait for it to be up and running and open. Okay, so here's Megastore toilets. So do use these ones if you want. There are dozens and dozens of Easter eggs in there. They have been totally refurbished as well. New furniture, brighter, fresher and all that kind of stuff. So even if you don't need to use the facilities right now, I recommend you do take a quick look in there because they've been really nicely refurbished as well. Just obviously be careful if you are taking photos.
I've actually got to be honest. Really? The recent series with Ironic. Brilliant. If you look at the episode where the guy got stuck in fact, yeah, and look at the long-haired goofers in blue on the floor crying. Wow. Good then. I'm easily amused. Lots to do with the Friday nights show.
So just had a look in the new Megastore toilets there. There's loads of Easter eggs, especially related to Fright Nights. They call them, the doors have got poop deck on the front. I think it's just like little touches like that that just make things like extra special, essentially. Lots of kind of things to read. So I think people are going to, I wonder if it's going to make the queues for the toilet even more because people are going to be reading it. But yeah, the rain today hasn't stopped. We should have got the morning tour in.
So we will try anything, and that was the same with Mandrill at we'll try all sorts of different bits and pieces to make that happen. Unlimited fast track on Hyperia doesn't fit with that. So getting the same people going round and round and round, particularly in the first year, doesn't like that. So we'll probably won't be doing too much of the unlimited fast tracks and things like that on Hyperia. We want as many different people to enjoy the ride in its first year as possible. So all the decisions we make around fast track and Hyperia will be based on that.
Ooh.
As we come through here, we'll see Amity Arcade. There's nothing too much happening inside there. Obviously, they're always keeping up to date with the latest games inside there, so there might be one or two new bits. We're just doing some maintenance on the doors there, so nothing too crazy there. KFC though, that is big news. So that has been the same format inside there since the restaurant was opened in the year 2000, along with the rest of Amity. That has had a full refurbishment, well not a full refurbishment, it's had a major refurbishment inside. We're still, but unlike the Burger King one, this is still very much part of Amity. When you go in there, you will know that you're in Amity, a KFC in Amity. And KFC have been fantastic working with us. They've got a lot of Thorpe Park Easter eggs and bits and pieces like that. It's very clear that you're still in Amity, and there's a lot of theming of that. So they've updated it, and KFC have got a great sense of humour in their brand as well, and they've played to a few of those bits and pieces for that as well. That is still technically a building site at the moment, so we can't go in there, but you're very welcome to have a look through the windows as we go past for that one. Then as we head into, there's a reason I'm telling you all of this whilst out here. Then when we head into Big Easy, that will be the second time that I'll ask for just to curtail photos, so just be very careful on photos. I will just wait for the A380 to head over. And that is because I can give you a heads up of a few hours ahead of the public, because when you go round the corner you will see we have got our new cinema sign above the above the Sunset Cinema, and right up there on top of the cinema you will see the name of our film that we will be having for the year. So we will be releasing that to the public on social media tonight.
Mirror ceiling. I like it now, it's like all open up so you can see everything better.
We can have a quick look in there in a minute, and you can see, so we've got a lovely bit of fascia that's going to be coming through across there. More toilets at the back. In the purple, we'll walk past them down there as well. They have been totally rethemed. You might have seen them on social media as well. The wee that comes through there in the gents, which is quite fun. We then get our Sunset Cinema. So full effects, some road line painting here as well. So
So this is the new sweet shop. Still yet to be completed, but looking fresh. I can smell the paint.
our tyre. We really wanted to do that last year. We just ran out of time to do it before the end of last season, so we've done that this year. We have corrected the sign at the top right, so we are now accurate in that it is 0 to 80 miles an hour in 1.8 seconds. It said 2.3 seconds before, because that's what it was when the ride first opened, and that's what it did for the first year, and then it was an upgrade in its second year. All along the fence line here, we've got some brilliant artwork and signage full of You guys are so predictable. This morning we all stood here in launch, everyone went Excellent, nothing but consistent, I love it. Yeah, all these signs here, every single one is different and unique. And again, we can spend some time in it. Lap up all the Easter eggs that are in there. We've got some really nice ones. Some of them don't mean anything at all. Some of them make references to other bits and pieces on Park. We've obviously got Depth Charge, driving school there. The air-conditioned Amity Hotel. And whilst it's got a reference to the new shark room, that's not actually a reference to our actual hotel, that's also a reference to KFC, which is seen as the Amity Hotel. Shark in the room that's open through the wall there. We've got other bits and pieces. Freedom Fireworks, that's obviously the nod to Detonator that's just over there. Gator Gasoline, that's the fictional brand of that we've got for our Dodgems. Right down the end there is a nod to our sister coaster from our wonderful friends at Alton Towers, where there is a Stealth versus Rita sign down there as well, which is quite fun. So take it all in, and we'll spend a couple of minutes here.
So we now made our way over to the Amity Speedway. There's some new signs. New screen. It's all been freshly painted. They're doing some training at the moment. So I am loving the new paint job. Got some Easter eggs here. Speedway Championship Stealth versus Rita. Stealth is just looking at the part, and I can't wait to see it in the summer. Amity Diner, best in state ice cream. They got some stats there on the side. They're currently testing the ride for staff training, and they've redone the entrance to the ride, which we're going to have a look at now. And also, just got lots of nods to all the kind of easy boulevard, like the Freedom Fireworks, Depth Charge Diving School. Can't quite see the whole thing, but and they've also updated the hydraulic launch station as well. Smoking tyres. But Stealth is one of my favourite rides on park. Trying to get a good view of the new tyre. It is looking slick, and they've updated the sign, so 0 to 80 miles per hour in 1.8 seconds. So here we go. So we're now making our way to Double Tea Party.
Which have been refurbished. You might notice the eagle-eyed that we've had a little rejig of our queue line here. So we have brought it out down the path on the outside of it. It's just to raise the fence height. Again, always looking for ways on how we can make our rides and our areas as safe as possible and keeping you all as safe as possible. So that's all that is. Nothing more to it than that. Okay, and we'll head out. And we are actually heading to somewhere inside now, which I'll be so we can get out the rain. Yes, and that's where that's what we call the reverse vengeance moment, I'm afraid. But we can by all means come in and have a little look.
New Nemesis Inferno shop. Slide has been removed. So this is the point we've all been waiting for, and this is the reason why I booked this VIP behind the scenes tour, and it's for this. What an awesome piece of machinery. We're going to head up onto the deck in a moment, but just take a look at this brand new coaster here at Thorpe Park for 2024.
So we've got a ride and all that kind of stuff, which was really, really nice. And you know, I sell key rings and hot dogs. So I'm not even anything to do with the ride of that, but it's the full credit to the teams that have been out here in the mud, in the rain, in the frost. We haven't had any snow, but I'm not surprised if we get some. They've done a tremendous job. Interesting fact, they've been working on a 12 on 2 off shift rotor. So we're on the weekend, so that's the main reason why we're doing the tour today.
So we have got the maintenance shed, Fearless, the outer bank turn, the 236 foot lift hill, and now we're just going to be making our way up to the site deck. to actually see this in person compared to just seeing it online is it's just huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that first drop is just absolutely insane. It's like a twisted vertical drop straight down up into this kind of like slanted emblement, down and then down to the bottom, and then you've got this kind of stall loop back down and try and get these kind of like hills, final air hill down. I can't actually, but in the station, it's got the Hyperia wings on. And I actually quite like the gold.
Yeah, it is.
You can still see there are a few bits left to go on. So we've got one more support and a bit of catwalk to go right up there. But this is insane and I cannot wait to go on it. It's actually quite a big site, isn't it? Like, and if I pan over to the left, it just dwarfs the swan and the soar drop. Yeah, this is amazing. I think once it all gets landscaped and stuff, this is going to be the new retail unit. And I think the queue is going to be going through there, and over there will be the lake and the splashdown. Obviously still very much a construction site at the moment, but I just can't believe I'm stood up on the Hyperia site deck. Like, I kept seeing this online, but to actually be up here looking at this is just such a highlight, and I cannot wait for this season. This track is just amazing. Very wet.
So for plaza as well as the queue line. Most of the queue line will be round over here in this direction. You'll exit the platform from the other side, you'll then walk all the way around through here. You'll enter this building from the swarm side, so coming in, walking towards us. The lower roof section is the light photography. Even that's going to be a bit different. So the product that we're selling is going to be a really nice modern product, and you'll get to see the style of that when Nemesis Reborn opens in a couple of weeks' time at the Wellington Towers. It's going to be something similar to that. Then the bar window there, archway, is more coat-free style, so it's going to be facing the front as well, so you don't have to use the go to the store to use it. And then all the higher roof section is the legendary store, and that will be, that just looks like cannot wait for that to open. That will be very different to any theme park shop that you haven't seen before, but it's no surprise.
There is currently a bung holding back the lake, and once they have planted all the vegetation in, they will release the bung and then the lake will fill. This is just amazing. So, for some context, Colossus is 98 feet tall. Soar, the ride, is 100 foot tall. And Hyperia towers above at 236 feet. You have to be here to appreciate the pure height of this roller coaster. It's just incredible. So I personally absolutely love the theming of Hyperia. I love the kind of light-hearted, kind of light theme that they're going with Hyperia as the goddess. And rather than being a quite dark attraction like Soar has been in Nemesis and stuff at these UK theme parks, having a nice kind of light, fearless goddess kind of theme at a theme park, I actually think it's a pretty good move for Thorpe Park. I absolutely do like the colour scheme, but looking at it, obviously they've had to paint the top white in order to blend in with the sky, which is part of the planning permission, but gold just kind of like abruptly stops, and it's not all at one level. So would it have been better if they had done the gold finishing all at one level, or do you think it is better having it a bit higgledy-piggledy? Obviously it comes to an abrupt stop, so like this piece here, if gold goes straight into white, as we're over at Stealth, it kind of blends in blue to white. And the name Hyperia, I actually really quite like it. They've still got their construction fence wall up. This will come down shortly, and this whole area will be completely transformed. So what do you guys kind of think of the colour scheme and the theme? There's not really much theming around it. It's themed around a kind of Greek goddess with the wings on the station and with the black station. I'm excited to see what the trains are going to look like. I absolutely am 100% a fan of the colour scheme. I really actually do like the gold and white. At first, when they first announced it, I thought, oh, I'm not sure about this. But actually looking at it in person and seeing the complete product, it's actually looking pretty damn good. But comment down below, see what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you not? What could they have done better? But for me, I don't know if it's just the excitement of being here and seeing it. I am won over.
Because I've just been asked the question. I was asked it up on one of the balcony bits as well. So thought I'd answer it real quick. Onboard audio it's been a question. No, the trains won't have onboard audio. However, we have curated a track which goes in time to the whole ride experience all the way through, and you'll be able to hear that up the lift hill and whilst you're on the ride as well. So whilst the audio won't be on the train, you will be absolutely be able to hear the curated track as you go around the ride as well, which I think is going to be really special. And again, that's that awesome I'm a Score track which you heard over lunch. Who else? Samurai. Yeah, this one's cards on the table. Probably not going to be, well, certainly not for this weekend. We've got some private buyouts this weekend. Fingers crossed we get this one ready for the 23rd. This one's probably the one that's a little bit more at risk, but it certainly won't be that far away afterwards. You'll see we've got one of the arms off at the moment. We actually sent that away back to the manufacturer Mondial over the winter for some tender love and care. And separate to that, what we're doing is we are repainting it back to its former glory, which is the red and black paint scheme, which is what it was in when it was in its original location down at our sister park, Chessington World of Adventures. So obviously we did the ride swap back in, was it 2002, I think we said this morning, maybe a bit later than that actually, where we gave them Eclipse, which they turned into Peking Heights, and then we took this one off them. And that was at the time when we were changing our proposition. Thorpe Park was always known as more of the family park, splash, water rides, and for more kids, things like Octopus Garden and bits and pieces like that, Model World. Chessington was actually known as a bit more of the thrill park. It had Ramesses Revenge, Samurai, bits and pieces like that. Tussauds bought the two parks. Thorpe has got a bit more space and a bit more area for development. Obviously, we had a vast expansion programme to go ahead. We obviously built this in 2002, Nemesis 2003, Stealth 2006, Swarm 2009, Soar 2009 and Swarm 2012. I mean, to have those 5 coasters in an 11-year period is incredible. There's no way we could have done that at Chessington, so that's why we swapped the proposition and we made this the more thrill park, because we've got the lake, we had the more chance to build those rides. So literally the swapping of those rides was part of that as well. And we still do little bits and pieces like that. Obviously we had the tugboat over here in the old town, that obviously has gone to Shipwreck Cove last year, at 2022 in Chessington. So Samurai, that will be coming back very, very shortly. Soar, nothing too much happening with Soar this year. That will be ready, rocking and rolling for park opening. I've just said to one or two of the groups we've had to be very careful with the winter programme for this because of the proximity of the cranes and the building of Hyperia, but they've done a brilliant job, and that will be ready and open, fingers crossed, for opening day.
Samurai's new logo in all its glory, and the new Thorpe Park logos screens underneath. Soar is really doing lots of testing at the minute. It's a shame it can't go on. So here's a little sneak peek of Samurai. Unfortunately, you can't see the whole effect, but it's going back to its roots, black and red, and they will start. They've got some test paint or primer here on the actual main arm. this whole area this year is going to look completely different.
Okay, and now we're going to walk through the world's first 10 inversion roller coaster. Let's go.
So, Colossus has had a glow up, as you can see at the entrance to the ride, and also these painted statues. Now this half of the ride down this end has not been painted, but I believe the bottom half has. And let's be honest, Colossus needed that lick of paint because it did start to look a little bit sorry for itself. Yeah, you can tell going from that to that, it looks so much better.
We've almost apart ourselves with how this looks. I said to you in the drive earlier that we would be unapologetically authentic. So we've known we had to, sparkle Colossus for a little while. It will take longer than one winter to paint the ride. So we could have carried on painting and delayed the ride.
The paint job is incredible. I've never seen it looking so beautiful.
We're in another shop, we're in another mood tour point. There seems to be a theme which has absolutely delighted my colleagues from IT over the winter. So tour point used to be here. Actually, when this store first opened in 2002, I was here. The tour point was there, so we kind of put it back to where it was. I think we lost some of the magic with the window, talking honestly, so we've tried to reopen it back out again. We put goat bridges and all that kind of stuff all around it. It's such a beautiful feature of the ride, and if you can get the timing right to get that photo of your friends or your colleagues or your family on there as well. So we want to keep that as open and as accessible as we possibly can this winter. New lighting, we'll probably get, this is temporary at the moment, we'll probably get this a little bit more themed to reflect the ride a bit more, and very excitingly, for me anyway, a new floor again. Floors are things that, oh that's weird, everyone just looked down. No. That's very odd. It's not very exciting stuff, but it's the little things that matter, it's the things that, rather than all the taped over bits and pieces, it's, when I put in a business case for a new floor, it's very difficult to say, yes, that's going to pay back X, Y, Z or anything. We just need to get a new floor. And lifts the store, lifts the thing. It's a bit like the paint, it's a bit like the lights, it's a bit like the music and all the rest of it. So there we go. Not too much else to say in here, but we can say in here for as long as you like. You want to give out the rain, or I think we need to probably keep moving very shortly.
Yeah, I've always loved that window, sitting in there.
Well, you can sit in there.
There used to be a bench, so the till is now this side, which apparently is the original side when it opened back in 2002. It was over there.
Before the Grand National comes in.
So that brings an end to the tour of the VIP behind the scenes at Thorpe Park. Unfortunately, I forgot to film an outro whilst I was there because of the rain. It was just absolutely chucking it down. But if you've liked this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!